Hey everybody, I'm here to answer the 3 questions for the total retro assignment. To start off, I'll explain how the home console affected the arcades. Basically, the home console was much more convenient and less expensive. The initial cost of the home console was more expensive, but over time people were spending less than they were spending when they were using the quarters at the arcades. It also made games available at all times instead of only the certain times when an arcade was open. This left the arcades to fail and eventually go out of business. For the next question, I'll answer who Nolan Bushnell is and how his leaving Atari affected the company. Nolan was born in Utah in 1943 and later attended the University of Utah. While he was attending college, he worked at an amusement park, and I'm sure this is where his initial interest in the entertainment industry started. Then in 1971, he invented the game Computer Science with his partner Ted Dabney. The game wasn't a success, and it kind of failed pretty badly. No one really liked it. But it helped make steps towards his later project, Pong, which was invented in 1972. And that was a huge hit. Everybody loved that game. All ages started to play this game as it became popular. Then in 1975, Pong moved to a home gaming console cartridge, so you could play it at home now. After Nolan's success with Pong, he wanted to move the company forward and had to sell Atari to Warner Communications in 1976 so he could fund his Atari 2600. And he sold Atari for around $30 million. Then in 1978, Nolan pushed out of the company. Nolan was pushed out of the company because he wanted to take Atari in a more of an engineering direction instead of a marketing direction, and Warner wanted to take it in the marketing direction. So after Nolan left or was fired or whatever, he was gone. Atari soon went under due to bad marketing and poor design of the games. Now, for the third question, how the engineers of Activision, or how the engineers are a key role in affecting the crash. There are 3 designers from Atari company who felt they weren't getting enough credit for their game designs. So in 1979, they started their own company, Activision, so they could make third-party games for home gaming consoles. Atari sued Activision because they didn't want them making games for their consoles. So, but the courts ruled that the third-party games were, in fact, going to be allowed. So many third-party game developers weren't inventing quality games, and the consumers soon saw that the games being developed in the 80s weren't as good as they had been before, which led to the decline of video games, or hence the crash of the 1980s. So that's it. See you guys next time.